Hello, Quota Crusher fans. I finally brought a guest on 2 episodes in a row of just very growthy. It's probably pretty draining for most of you. Welcome, Danny Gordon.
Hi, guys.
Danny is one of our fractional VPs of sales. He leads sales teams across the country. As a fractional VP, he's got a ton of experience inside, outside, small teams, large teams, big companies, small companies, all different types of industries. What are some of your favorite industries?
Ooh, my newest favorite is energy, oil, and gas. It's my current biggest project. And then probably one of the most fun, unique ones I've had is a wedding entertainment company.
Hey, yo. We love our wedding entertainment company. In fact, we love them so much that we took over their office space here at Sales BQ World Headquarters now. It's fortunately, was formerly a wedding and entertainment company. We bought their chandelier in the entryway. It's pretty remarkable.
It is.
Yeah, Danny loves it. He loves that feminine look in our office.
Yes, anything to remind me of weddings.
You've got a big wedding coming up.
I do. Hence, every reminder is just great.
Amazing. Well, that's not why you tuned in today, so let's get to the point. My high D is kicking in. You're a D. You're done wasting time. Here we go. If you don't know what a D is, you should take our Advanced Buyer BQ class, and we'll teach you all about it. Moving on. Our topic today is all about engaging in conversation and not talking at prospects. Here's one area that I've seen this happen, is a rep goes in with a list of questions, and they are determined to get those questions answered, and they're not listening. So here's what happens. They go in, and they'll start at the top. So you want to be my prospect?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Danny. Thanks so much for meeting with me today. I can't stand when you guys say that. Can you please cut that out of your sales presentation? Here's a better way to do it. Hi, Danny. I've been looking forward to meeting you today. That's way better than, thanks so much for carving out the time to meet with me on your busy schedule. So over it. Okay, let's try that one more time. Danny, I've been looking forward to meeting with you today.
Yeah, happy to meet. What do we got going on today?
Well, here's how I can imagine we can spend our time together. We wanted to meet because you've got a big problem that you need solved, and you need it solved pretty soon. So that seemed like our biggest agenda item. Was there anything else you wanted to add to that, or are we just talking about that one problem?
No, let's stick to the problem for now.
Great. I need to ask you a handful of questions, and then by the end of this short meeting, we should be able to determine if we should keep talking.
Great, let's do it.
Okay, fair. It's a good opening verbal agenda there, FYI. Keep it short, succinct, to the point. I've heard some verbal agendas that go on for 5 minutes. I'm like, why are we still setting an agenda? You're wasting your precious meeting time. Make it concise. Now, I'm going to show you the wrong way to start a needs analysis. Okay, great. So just want to recap a few things that I uncovered about your company. Tell me, how many employees do you have?
50.
And how long have you been in business?
A little under 5 years.
Okay, and then with your current situation with your employees stealing time from you, so they're not clocking in and out correctly, and how long has that been a problem?
Probably since we started.
Okay, and all 50 are doing that?
No, only about half.
Only about half, okay. And then tell me the biggest issue that you're having with the management team who's overseeing them to keep their time and attendance working.
Well, it's clearly not working for them because we're losing money every day. They aren't clocking in and out.
Okay. So if they're not clocking out, so then tell me more about the HR setup for your company.
HR setup, we have ADP.
ADP, great. And then with ADP, how long have you been with them?
Since we started.
Okay. And then do you have an ATS system?
I think it's all part of ADP, yeah.
Okay. So based on what you've shared with me so far, I'm thinking what we want to take a look at is, well, let me back up a few minutes. So we've been in business since 2001, and we're a leading payroll and HR provider. And knowing that you have employees that are stealing time and you've been with ADP, typically we're less expensive than ADP. So I can get a quote put together for you and look through that, and then we can set up a demo or whatnot and go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Danny, what was wrong about this sales meeting?
I felt like I was being interrogated.
Okay,
and
yes.
I don't have time to be interrogated.
No.
I didn't know the little details of all the questions she was asking. I would hope that my management team would know.
Oh, wait. So did you mean that I was asking an executive the wrong level of detail questions?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, great. And then I went in with my preset list of questions that should have been used for a different contact in your organization?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So I had precious time with the executive and I didn't ask executive level questions?
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw my look, but I was getting pretty frustrated.
I totally missed it because I have no self-awareness. Okay, so let's try this again. So I'm meeting with Danny, executive, and he's clearly a high D by those answers that were one-word answers. Oh, like a sales rep, that stinks, right? You're trying to get information out. Like, give me anything more than this. Okay, so we're going to start over. Danny, thanks so much for carving out time to meet with me today. Just kidding. I crack myself up. Hey, I've been looking forward to this meeting. Question for you. Do you still have about 20 minutes for us?
Yeah, 20 minutes works.
Okay. When we set this meeting, you've got a pretty big issue that we wanted to talk about. Should we keep that our main focus? Is there anything else you wanted to add to our short combo today?
No, let's tackle that.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions so I can understand it, and then we'll figure out if we should schedule another talk. Is that fair?
Great.
Okay. Just describe the problem for me. Tell me what is going on.
About half of my workforce is not clocking in and out accurately, and I'm losing money because of it.
How much?
I don't even want to think about how much.
Okay, is there someone on your team that I can help run reports and put some dollars to this problem so we can figure out how the magnitude of it and then really what we're dealing with so that you can make an appropriate decision on investment level? Because we have a couple different directions we could go.
Sure, yeah. I think my HR director is probably the best person for that.
Okay, and then tell me the system that you're currently using. ADP. And are you completely tied to them, or are you open to switching and looking at another vendor if we can solve this for you?
Completely open if it'll solve the problem.
And then I'll get the rest of the details from your other team if you're okay setting up those meetings for me, or should I reach out to them direct? What do you
can
prefer?
Reach out directly.
Okay, and okay to use your name and say Danny said? Okay, perfect. So let me set those meetings with them because the time clock issue has landed on your desk. I have a feeling there may be other pieces, but I wouldn't want to make an assumption. So let me go fact gather, and I'll put together a business case for you and bring it back, and then I'll wrap some budget around it, and then we can determine if it makes sense just to make that switch and get this problem solved.
Yeah, no, that would be great.
Okay. So what went right about this conversation? Well, I don't know. Let's ask Danny. What went right?
It was concise. It was quick. Everything I wanted to accomplish in the meeting was accomplished, and I didn't have to provide any intricate details that I didn't know in the first place.
That was the quickest 20-minute sales meeting ever. You're so agreeable. But being clear, with an executive, I've watched a lot of sales reps blow it. It happens all the time. Well, you've been in a ton of sales meetings with the reps that we coach.
Totally.
And when we watch that executive sitting there, you can see them visibly becoming frustrated and feeling like their time is being wasted, and it's terrible. So that should be your representation of how to work with an executive. You brave enough to be the salesperson, and I'm going to be your chatty Cathy prospect?
Great, let's do it.
Okay.
Am I doing this the right way or the wrong way?
Why don't you do it the right way?
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to just destroy it, make it horrible.
It's all right. We'll show them the right way.
Okay, deal.
Hey, Mary, been looking forward to meeting with you today.
Likewise, Danny. I'm really glad that you drove all the way out here to meet with us. It really means a lot to me. I'm sure you're really busy.
Yeah, a little bit. Do you still have about 20 minutes for me?
20 minutes sounds great. And I don't have anything after this. So if we run long, that's completely fine with me.
Great. Me neither. It's Friday. We can grab lunch, whatever you want.
Oh, lunch sounds great. What do you like to eat? I really like sushi.
Can't go wrong with sushi.
No. So my husband, this one time, we went out and we went to a new sushi place. We tried it, and we were very apprehensive at first, but it got really great reviews. I love going onto Yelp because they have pictures too, and then I can see all the different plates, and then I look at what everyone is saying about them, and then I can get a really good idea before I even go what I want to try, and that's what we did with this one restaurant, and it was so yummy. Where do you like to go have sushi?
Ooh, I'd say anywhere that flies in fresh because we are landlocked here in wonderful Colorado.
Ooh, flies in fresh. Very smart. We are landlocked, aren't we? Anyway, sorry. I could go on for hours about sushi. It's so good.
So it sounds like via your Yelp research, you like to see kind of all options before making a decision. Is that right?
I do. I do. And I really want my team to feel like they can look at the same type of reviews, because I would never want to push something on somebody. I wouldn't want that at all, because we all have to use the system.
Totally. We're going to make sure that's not the case. So what's the biggest problem you have going on today?
Well, how much time do you have? Okay, I'm going to pause that right there. And I know that's being the silly prospect. Come on, you guys. You've all sold to this type of person. We call them on the disc, we call that an I, an influencer, where they could just talk all day, but it was actually an IS. And the S is that person who's very steady, they're very amiable, they care about their team, they would never want to push a decision, and S is the complete opposite of the D. So I played that IS role, meaning I'm very chatty and I'm very social and friendly, and I care more about relationships than I care about driving business. And so Danny came in strong with his agenda. We did his time check. He did what are we covering today? And then it was awesome that he didn't talk at the prospect. He actually engaged in a conversation. He took the conversation where it needed to go, but then he knew how to pivot back so that we could stay on an agenda. Because one of your biggest issues with the IS is they're going to talk all about their sushi. Another thing, wow, that was great that Deanie caught on the I know how this person makes decisions. She mentioned Yelp and reading reviews, and that was remarkable. So just a lot of things to pick up on this. You should play this one back. That was a great role play. Hey, thanks, Deanie, for being amazing.
Thanks for having me.
Hope you guys learned some tips and tricks today on this Quota Crusher podcast, all about how to not talk at your prospect, but engage in a conversation, because every single one of your buyers is going to be different. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Bye.